Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Saturday, April 4th, 2026. How are you feeling, Lisa?
Oh, I am so ready for the weekend. I slept in a little bit today, and it felt amazing.
Same here. Actually, I pulled out an old board game last night and played it by myself for like an hour.
Wait, by yourself? Which one?
Monopoly. I was playing all 4 players. I got really into it.
That is honestly adorable. Who won?
The banker. The banker always wins.
Naturally.
But speaking of games, we actually have a fun lineup for you today. Our first story is about a brand new update to Mario Kart World. Then we have a wild art heist in Italy. And finally, a stunning desert villa that looks like it was carved right out of the rocks.
That sounds like the perfect Saturday menu. I am excited.
And if you are new here, welcome. Every day we take real-world news and turn it into a casual, natural English conversation. Think of it like practicing your listening and shadowing for just 10 minutes a day. No textbooks, no stress, just 2 friends chatting over coffee. So if that sounds good, hit subscribe so you can practice with us every single day.
We would love to have you here.
All right, before we jump in, let us do our daily keyword. Today's keyword is blast.
Blast? Like an explosion?
That is one meaning, yes, but it also means having an incredibly fun time. Like, we had a blast at the party last night.
Oh, I use that one all the time. Like, this weekend is going to be a blast.
Exactly. Keep your ears open for it today. All right, let us start with our first story. If you are a Nintendo fan, you are going to love this one. Mario Kart World just got a free update. Oh my gosh, yes! I saw this and I got so excited. Tell me everything. So they just added a brand new battle mode called Bob-omb Blast. Wait, for those who don't play games, what exactly is a bob-omb? And blast means explosion, right? Good catch. A bob-omb is a cute little walking bomb character in the Mario games. In this mode, every single item you pick up is a bob-omb. Oh, I see. So no shells, no bananas, just bombs. Exactly. And here's the fun part. You can stack up to 10 of them at once.
10? That is chaos in the best way possible. I can already picture it. Just explosions everywhere.
Total mayhem. The goal is to pop your opponent's balloons, but with only bob-ombs flying around. I love that. It's just pure classic fun. Right? It takes something everyone already knows and cranks it up to 11.
Exactly. Everyone knows what a bob-omb does, but 10 of them?
At the same time? Yes. And you can play it with teams too, so imagine coordinating with your friends to just carpet bomb the other team.
Oh, that would be incredible with a full group. Like, you could actually plan ambushes and trap people in corners.
And when you play battle mode online, the game randomly picks from a few different modes, so you never know what you're going to get.
Ooh, I love surprises. It's like opening a mystery box every time you play.
They also improved some of the power-up items. You get more control now, so you can actually steer and take shortcuts instead of just going along for the ride. Oh, nice. I always felt like I was just a passenger when those big power-ups kicked in, so now I can actually drive? Exactly. Giving players more control is really smart. This is totally what I'm doing tonight. Mario Kart party at my place. Can I come? Only if you promise not to hoard all 10 bob-ombs and throw them at me at once. No promises. Okay, our second story today is completely different. This one is about a major art heist in Italy.
Oh no. When I hear art heist, I always get this weird mix of shock and fascination.
I know, right? It's terrible, but also, how did they do it?
Exactly. So what happened this time?
Thieves broke into a small private museum near Parma in northern Italy. It's a quiet place in the countryside, but it has some truly incredible paintings.
Wait, Parma? Like the cheese and ham place?
I had no idea they had a fancy museum out there. And on the night of March 22nd, thieves forced open the entrance door and stole 3 paintings, a Renoir, a Cézanne, and a Matisse. 3 masters in one night? That is bold. That is unbelievable. And the craziest part? They did it in under 3 minutes. 3 minutes? That's faster than my coffee order. They triggered the alarm, but they were already out the door and escaping through the museum gardens before anyone could respond. That is literally a movie scene. They had the whole thing planned out like a heist film. The museum believes it was a structured, organized gang, and this comes after a series of big heists across Europe, including the theft of French crown jewels and other items from the Louvre back in October. That one was worth about 88 million euros. 88 million euros! I can't even picture that much money. And now these 3 paintings on top of that? One interesting thing, though, an Italian art expert said that these 3 paintings are actually considered minor works by the 3 masters.
Wait, so even a minor Renoir is still worth millions?
That's exactly the point. When you're talking about artists of that caliber, even a smaller piece carries enormous value, even though it's not their best-known work. So wait, if I painted a fish, it would be worth nothing, but because Renoir painted a fish, it's worth millions? And that museum has been around since 1977. It was built on one art historian's personal collection. So this is a real treasure trove of art just sitting out in the countryside, 20 kilometers from Parma. That's kind of scary, honestly. A beautiful little museum out in the countryside, just sitting there? That's a great point. These smaller private institutions often don't have the same level of protection. All right, totally different vibe now. Our last story is about architecture, and honestly, this might be one of the most beautiful buildings I have ever seen.
You know what? I actually saw this article when it came out. This is the Amangiri Villa in Utah, right?
Yes! An architecture firm based in Los Angeles just completed a 6-bedroom private villa at the Amangiri Resort in Utah.
For anyone who does not know, Amangiri is this ultra-luxury resort out in the desert near the Arizona border. It is surrounded by some of the most famous natural landmarks in the American West.
And what is amazing is that the same firm actually designed the original resort back in 2009.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. So the same team came back to create these new villas in the same style.
That is so cool. They already understand the landscape and the philosophy behind the place.
And one of the architects said something that I think is really beautiful. He said, "Our task was really just not to mess up this landscape."
I love that. Instead of trying to dominate the environment, they worked with it.
The villa is 12,001 square feet, about 1,115 meters, and it's built right against a cliffside.
So the rocks are literally part of the architecture.
That is stunning. They used concrete mixed with locally sourced sand, so the building blends right into the terrain. And they carved these narrow skylights and voids into the structure to mimic the slot canyons nearby.
One of the designers mentioned they went hiking in the actual canyons, and the way light filters through the eroded rock, that is what inspired the architecture.
The dining room has this sculptural opening in the ceiling called an oculus, and it was inspired by a Navajo prayer called Walking in Beauty. That gives me chills. Imagine eating breakfast under an opening that was designed to honor the land and the people who have lived there for centuries. And the outdoor spaces are incredible. There's a 114-foot infinity pool, which is about 35 meters, a conversation pit, an outdoor kitchen, a gym, a sauna. At some point, it stops being a house and starts being its own little world. There are even fun details that reference the American West. Like what? Like there's a side table shaped like a lasso, coat hooks based on cattle branding irons, and a light fixture inspired by a shotgun barrel.
That is the kind of detail that makes a place feel alive. It's not just luxury for the sake of luxury. There's a story behind every piece.
And villa residents get full access to the main resort amenities, including 10 tented suites on the other side of the property. Honestly, this is going on my dream destination list, right at the top. Same. You know what? That villa is a real blast to look at. Nice callback. Okay, what a Saturday lineup. We started with Bob-omb Blast shaking up Mario Kart World. Then we had the daring art heist in Italy where 3 masterpieces vanished in under 3 minutes. And we finished with that unbelievable desert villa at Amangiri.
I am still thinking about those skylights inspired by the slot canyons. That level of thought and care and design is really something special.
And remember, today's keyword was blast. It can mean a literal explosion, or it can mean having an incredibly fun time.
Like when something is so fun you just cannot stop smiling. That is having a blast.
Exactly. The Bob-ombs in Mario Kart are a literal blast, and visiting that desert villa would definitely be a blast too. Even the art thieves probably had a blast, unfortunately. Well, we want to keep bringing you stories you love, so we have a quick question for you today. Which of today's 3 stories interested you the most? A, the Mario Kart Bob-omb Blast update, B, the Italian art heist, or C, the Amangiri desert villa?
I am going with C. That villa is pure magic. The way it connects to the land, the Navajo inspiration, the infinity pool, I want to live there. I am torn between B and C, but I have to go with B. The idea that someone can steal 3 masterpieces in under 3 minutes and just vanish? That is wild. It really makes you think about how we protect our cultural heritage. Great pick. So drop your answer in the comments. A, B, or C. Any language is totally fine, and even just an emoji works. And if you enjoyed today's chat, please hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We are here every single day. See you tomorrow, everyone. I'm going to go research what it costs to stay at Amangiri. Let me know so I can start saving. Bye, everyone.